Nikki.
Welcome to the Buffy Q&A panel. I'm actually technically the moderator. I'm not sure why I'm supposed to be on the stage. I was told to make these guys look better, which I'm sure I can only do if I left the stage. However, I have a list of brilliant questions which I wanted to ask, but I don't think I should. I'm just going to open it up, I think, directly to the audience right now. I do have one question. If at the end, at some point, we can see the Snoopy dance.
Yes. We were talking in the back, James. So what's the question that you get asked most?
Is it just Snoopy dance? So I just became that guy in the first 10
For
seconds.
the past 10 years.
I'm going to stop.
Snoopy dance.
Ladies and gentlemen, the stars of Buffy.
Right on.
There's a microphone. There is a microphone set up back there, or if people don't want to make the trek, if you have power to enunciate and vocalize,
Just scream, I guess.
And then we'll...
use your indoor outdoor voice.
By the way, y'all, you can ask me anything that you want to ask me. Like, I dare you try to embarrass me. It has not happened yet. Seriously, man, I challenge you. But I will not necessarily answer anything you ask. I might just go, You can try.
I get embarrassed quite easily, so... Oh, see, I'm embarrassed.
There we go. Let's start with you in the blue.
We don't... Listen, this isn't a challenge. You mean Buffy?
Yeah, you know, I don't really like sex scenes either way. When you show up to work and you're being paid to have sex with somebody, what is your job description? You know? And I like to kind of be the initiator, you know? So when someone says, action, do it now, I'm like, no, I don't feel like it. I don't really want to be like either way, it's not as fun as it probably looks. I would say it's more awkward without her. She's hot, you know, so that does help. So yeah, I would say without her. Your turn.
You.
I was wondering if you could talk a bit about the Nickolas Brendon.
Right on.
Well, I mean, what do you want to know about it?
Anything.
Anything about it? Well, I mean, there's a lot of thought out there that, I mean, I don't know. I think the guys, I think James, Tony, and myself were probably the only people that were really comfortable with doing it. You know, James has an amazing voice and was in a band. Tony dresses up in high heels and sings. And my take was that if I suck, who the fuck cares? You know? And I gave it the old college try, and it wasn't that bad. So it was really, I was so excited to do it. And people were saying, oh, you know, Buffy's jumping the shark, which is of course a Happy Days reference when Fonzie put his love jacket and jumped the shark. By the way, did Fonzie ever say I'm sorry in Happy Days? Because I know that was the saying. He never said I'm sorry. It was such a magical time in my life. I got married. When I had done that, of course, I got divorced 3 years later. But it was kind of like doing the pilot all over again 6 years into it. It was so. I really had an amazing time. James?
I have a different take on that. I remember an exercise in terror. Because Joss, instead of giving a script, he gave a little cassette tape. Remember that?
Yeah,
And it was all this music, but it was Joss and his wife Kai singing the music. And I love them both. They're both geniuses, but they can't sing worth a damn. And Joss can't play the piano very well, like at all. So it was like, have you ever seen like really horrible Shakespeare? It's terrible, and you can't. No matter how well something is written, it does not survive bad performance. So there was. I thought, like, dude, you're insane. You can't write a musical. Stop it now. And like, I don't mind singing, but I want to sing, you know, decent material. And I really thought that Joss had gone. Oh, I thought that the workload had busted his mind a little bit, and he was going to flush everyone's career down the toilet.
This is where, for me, ignorance is bliss, because I didn't know that it was bad playing. I'm like, this is so beautiful!
But I remember what I was proud of is like there were, and Nick is right, there were cast members that were very uncomfortable performing music because they didn't get hired to be musical performers, and it was like asking people to suddenly juggle chainsaws, you know, like I didn't tell you I could do that. But everyone begged Joss not to do it or not to make them do it, and he wouldn't be, you know, he wouldn't be dissuaded. He never is. And at some point, people just kind of started to work really hard. And a bunch of voice coaches came on the set, and a bunch of dance people came out, and everybody started to really kind of knuckle down and decide to do it. And it was your dance, it was Xander dance. Joss cut first, but he shot that first, and he cut it, and he wheeled a little television onto the soundstage. He said, "Look, man, it won't suck." And he showed us the dance, and it was awesome. And we went from just abject terror to like, but I was most proud of the company as a company at that point because we really thought that it was doomed, but we decided to try our best anyway. My turn.
Your turn, James.
Oh, the power! My brother! In a cool t-shirt, yeah.
So next year, and I guess like 10 years since the series ended and everything like that, do you guys know if there's going to be like a reunion or anything, or Comic-Con or anything like that, or maybe the group gets...
No, we're never told these things.
We're kept in the dark like mushrooms, man. Yeah, I don't know, like a reunion just to get together, say hi.
Not like a mixer between you guys, but like a cool...
I would love it, man. If I'm invited, I'll come. But I haven't heard it.
I mean, I'll throw it. You guys can just...
Right on. Mess up your house.
Deep man standing by the microphone.
Yeah.
What a novel idea.
My question is for James.
Oh, fuck yourself.
I'm sorry. It's a Buffy / Angel question, and I don't think you were ever in Angel, so okay. So I'm sorry.
I've also never seen an episode.
Well, fuck you too. But my question to James is, what was it? Was it more fun on the set working on Buffy or working on Angel, or was it about the same?
You know, it was the same writers, it was the same directors, it was a lot of the same cast. So it was a very similar experience. The only difference for me was on Angel, I imperiled the theme. On Buffy, I imperiled the theme. On Buffy, vampires were supposed to be ugly and very quickly dead because they were metaphors for the problems that you overcome in adolescence. And Joss got talked into one romantic vampire, that was Angel, by his writing partner, David Greenwald, and he was like, "That's it, no more. I don't like that and rice crack." And I remember like about 4 episodes in when I started working on the show, he backed me up against the wall and said, "I don't care how popular you are dead, you are dead, you are dead." And I was like, "It's your football, dude, it's okay." And so, you know, they really had to make sure that I didn't like ruin the theme, you know, in that way. But on Angel, it was a different theme. Angel was all about regret, which is really for probably middle-aged people, which is the problem with the show. It's about doing things and then later in life learning that was very wrong. And so I could be like a doppelganger, like a dark mirror image of Angel, and they kind of unleashed me to be the jerk that I really wanted to be. that was really fun. So, and it's my turn again. What's up here? Love it. How are you?
I love it. Everybody knows on Angel and Buffy and stuff. But my question is actually for James. I want to say thank you because you were the reason I found my favorite book series. You read the Harry Dresden book. How did that come about? Because when I read the books now, because I go back and read them and I listen to you to have my audiobooks as well, you are the voice of Harry Dresden. So how did that come about?
Jim Butcher saw Buffy, and for reasons I'll never figure. I guess he found out that I did the fake English accent. I could do accent. I have no idea, man. But he just called up my manager and said, "Does he want to read the book?" Thank you. You didn't say crap. Right. That's a good thing.
Crack, that's good for you.
I'm so sorry. I didn't read the last book because I was scheduling conflict, but I will be doing the next one. So.
Oh, yes, you.
What was your all's favorite episode of Buffy and why?
Well, I mean, we have to put the musical aside because I think that ended up being the best one. I enjoyed, for me, this guy talking to you right now. I enjoyed playing Renfield in Buffy. My favorite line of all time, my favorite line is I mean, I had three. I know this one up is the Dark Master Vader. And then I said, President Vader in the same scene, and then I said, I'm tired of being the guy with funny syphilis. And I love it because I forgot what year that was, but you get kind of so accustomed to playing your character, you kind of look at your lines like twice, when you get home from work and you're kind of down. But with Renfield, it got so good that I had to really do homework for the first time, So it's nice to actually do homework.
And I
I'm
can't.
not that lazy. I'm not as lazy as everyone thinks I am.
Not as lazy. I can't put the musical aside. It's a musical, very much, for the reason that I said before, that I was proud of us as a company. We stopped whining. We started working, and we did. Yeah. At the mic.
This question is for both of you. Obviously, you're not Xander or Spike, but what elements of the characters are similar to your own personalities? And also, did you find that as you played the characters over the course of the show, that different elements of those characters kind of slipped into your personality?
Psychologist?
I am the psych major, actually.
When you do a series for anywhere from 3 to 7 to 10 years, the writers start writing. I mean, it's different for James, because James was playing someone who's totally different. I was essentially playing myself, so they would start to write my dialogue as I spoke, in my cadence. So when you're playing in a live person that's not undead or whatever, it's true. I mean, like even on Criminal Minds, it's written as so like playing a normal person without a brilliant accent, by the way. It is written as you are, with your sensibilities and your sense of humor and stuff.
Yeah, for me, if I had to describe myself in a few words, one of those words would be enthusiasm, and that's just not Spike. Spike is cool apathy, and that's something that I only clued into it after they wore me down by working. We were known as Buffy the Weekend Slave. Right? We worked 12 to 20 hours a day, and at that schedule, at some point, you're just like, I'm just going to say these lines.
Yeah.
And I noticed that, and I finally kind of gave in to that, and I felt so guilty about it. But then I saw the episode, I was like, that's the best Spike I've seen. That's it. I just don't have to care. And I remember one. This is with Nick and one episode, Xander, you're all hurt in the corner, and everyone's gathered around you, and I'm sitting back on the sofa watching. And the director goes, you're a series regular, and he's a series regular. He's hurt, man. You gotta go care about that. I'm like, no, I don't care.
I can't believe it's so funny because to think that because when you do a series, directors really can't give you direction. You know what I mean? They've been doing it for 5 years. Like, no, your character, no, you wouldn't. No, just line up the shot and end it. Everything will be fine. Just make your day.
Let's go to the side in the Buffy t-shirt. Yeah.
Oh, what was either the hardest episode or scene for you all to film?
They were all a nightmare. Well, look, 'cause we had special effects. We had both live special effects. We had some computer effects. We had stunts. We had makeup. We had all the different elements. It was known that if you could direct a Buffy episode, you could direct any other kind of television ever because you were dealing with all those things. So.
Or write and direct the third biggest grossing movie of all time. My shit was easy. I said some jokes. I hit a mark. You know what I mean? There's nothing. I mean, you can't fight a lot. And actually, James really did like to do that. You know, this guy's a hard worker over here. You know. By the way, Enthusiasm. I see your stunt. Your old stunt double lives in Venice, and I see him all the time. Yeah. He makes like Polynesian food. He sells it at the farmers market.
You better tell me you like the food, though.
Of course.
Right on. Boy. I don't know.
Oh, should we go to the side, maybe? How about enthusiasm? You.
I love Xander because he didn't have magical powers. However, if he could have had a magical power, what would it be?
Beans, magical fruit. More you do. I don't want. I mean, I guess that's really the first you should deny and improv should do. I don't want a magical power. I would like. I guess. Shit. You know what? It'd be good to. Well, I enjoy reading, but it would be nice to put my hand on a book and obtain all that knowledge right now. So there's that. And fly. And be in this. No, I've been told by women that being inside of a female locker room isn't as sexy as we're led to believe. Maybe I won't be in this.
Near the mic.
Hi, I was at the Chicago Comic-Con last year and we answered a question about the rape scene in Buffy. And with Nick here, I thought I would ask, because Xander's character had a pretty violent reaction towards all the Buffy Spike drama, and then you played a rapist in Private Practice. I was wondering how that, how since then, that was after the fact, or how that you might have pulled from that scene at all or not.
Yeah, I said, how kids do this? I guess if that answers your question, I mean, playing a rapist with like the woman I played, it's not like you don't play like, oh, I'm a rapist. I didn't think I did anything wrong. You know what I mean? That's how you make it real. You don't play to the part. So it's there's no direct correlation. I didn't juxtapose anything from Buffy to Private Practice and rape.
James, did you see him play?
What's that?
I was wondering, James, did you see his character on Private Practice?
I saw the character, but I did not see the rape.
Yeah, that's
It's hard for me to watch that
Right.
stuff on
Yeah.
TV. If I know it's coming, I turn the TV off. If I know it's in a movie, I don't want to see it. I have literally kicked the television to death because I got surprised. So I don't. Yeah, and then playing that scene was not a good day for me. Yeah, I remember going to Steve tonight and going, "You have no idea what you ask me sometimes." No. Anyway, back to funny.
Your turn. Oh, hi, blue shirt.
Hi.
Fourth row.
Hi, Grace.
And
So, not to talk about anything that's little, but in working, let's say with John Reed, on something he's directed with him, one of the episodes of Buffy, what is that like for an actor to work with him?
well, he's kind of he's a madman.
He really is.
You know what I mean? He's a genius madman.
Yeah.
But But we actually, Johnson and I, we had this way. We didn't have to talk. Like he would just kind of just look at me, and I'm like, got it. You know what I mean? So that there wasn't. We just understood each other when it came to that. I mean, probably a lot of that was that I think Xander represented Johnson. So I just think that we had that total understanding of each other. Be like, Nick, got it. You know, all right, cool. And then we just kind of get it down. Yeah. So a lot different for me than it was for Mr. Marston. Yeah. Fucking die. I don't care how fucking popular you are. I never got that talk.
I represented all the guys that Joss hated growing up.
Yeah.
And
it completely changes the boss. I couldn't imagine having that, you know, that relationship. You know,
I hid from Joss.
Yeah.
I really thought if he had to look at me too often, he would just kill me off. But I remember at the very end of, I think he came in to direct, was it an Angel episode? And he'd asked for something very specific on one thing, and I think I did it. He just came up and kissed me on the mouth. And I was like, well, I guess that's good. I guess he's forgiven me for whatever I did. I have no idea what I did, but okay.
And they adopted me.
Right on. In the purple. Follow your bliss, as Campbell would say. That's awesome.
Blue shirt, middle pattern balls.
Yep, these jobs.
Just if you guys, questions for both of you, just future projects that you guys are working on, ideas for the future with the direction you guys are going on. Jay, you're working more on music, we're concentrating more music coming out. Nickolas, you got any movies or TV projects on them? Just kind of what you guys are doing in the future.
Right on.
I just go back to Criminal Minds in July. I think I'm gonna do a movie where I play a really moral killer. It's so funny, people say, it's like, you never get these parts, and it's like, I actually get these parts a lot, you know? These crazy, just weirdos. And there was something else, but I really forget what it is.
Yeah, I just finished, I'm a reoccurring character on a TV show that I can't talk about, but I just finished one episode right before I came here. So that's why I'm limiting. There were some stunts involved and concrete, which I just love. There'll be a movie called Dragon Warrior coming out probably in about a year. It's a 2-year turnaround because there's a lot of special effects. Where I play a wizard that gets his heart broken, and so he trains a dragon to kill anybody that falls in love. I'm on fire, yeah. But I'm also adorable at the same time. And then let's see, books on tape. Jim Butcher. Also Vampire Empire just came out. And then I'm going to start another series in July, and I forget the name of those books. And then, like I said, I'm doing music. My band just came out with Murphy's Law. Debuted at 106 on the iTunes Top 200, and we don't suck. You know, juggles, stuff, you know.
I'll start lying.
Whose turn is it? It's my turn. You really want to talk. What's up?
What is your proudest acting moment and why?
Wow.
What, from both of us or just for James? I kicked the shit out of a one-man show. I did an amazing job. we had our first preview, and I'm still like, look, you know, and I wasn't allowed to say lines for the first time, you know, and I just, you know, so I think accomplishing a one-man show is, for me, was wonderful. Because when you do that, you feel like you do it.
Yeah. Okay, this is gonna be so boring. Ibsen's Dollhouse, which is, it's a play about a woman that decides to leave her family to become herself, right? And it is, usually it's done improperly, because the guy that plays her husband plays him like a complete jerk. And for like 2.5 hours, everyone is just waiting for this woman to leave Torvald. And everyone's just going, just leave him, leave him, leave him, leave him. And I kept arguing to the director, look, this guy's got to be the best guy in town. He's got to be the most sensitive guy that we can come up with. He's got to be the best that the culture has to offer and still be putting her in a little box, a suffocating box that she has to escape from. Because this play is not a great play because it is an indictment of one man. It's an indictment of the whole culture. And I got my way, and while we were performing, when the two characters break up in the third act, I could hear crying in the audience because they were so sad that they had to leave. And I was like, gotcha. Gotcha, society, gotcha.
Hey, little yellow.
Hi.
Hi.
Okay, this one was actually for James.
Of course.
Right on.
What does it feel like having all the makeup on your face? Like,
You know, it felt fine. You know,
that's surprising.
Hollywood's gotten to the point where we're using really light foams for the makeup appliances. So once it's on you, it almost just feels like your own flesh. Like I remember when I was younger, and like we'd like dress up Planet of the Apes and stuff, and I had a friend who did like makeup, and they were all these like rubber appliances, and they would give you sores and wouldn't move with your face. But this stuff is really light foam, and it moves. So frankly, it doesn't really feel like you have anything on at all.
I hate it when I've ever had it up. I hate it. It smells.
Yeah, it smells.
And I can't sit down longer than 5 minutes in a makeup chair.
Yeah, that was my time off. That was my break.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I thought I looked cool. The first time they did it to me, I was like in my trailer going, I look badass. And I couldn't wait for my girlfriend to come visit me. So I thought I looked so great. And she looked at me, she's like, get away from me. She didn't like it. Yeah. All right.
Okay, Dating of Angels sucks, yes?
There's an explanation for that. Yeah.
What was it like not really knowing what happened to your character after that point?
I think I know. We died.
I mean, yeah.
The thing is that we got canceled by surprise. This is what really happened. They had gotten, they thought they were getting canceled in the year before I came on the show. And Joss had to tell his crew late in the year, sorry, I don't have a series for you next year. And he felt really guilty about that. Then I come on the show, and they got revived, and the numbers went up by like a lot. So then Joss, he gets his big old pants on, and he goes to the network in the middle of my season. Goes, we canceled now, and they go, well, actually, we're doing a Dracula treatment, and if that works out, yeah, we're going to cancel you, but we don't know yet. And he's like, tell me now. Look at my numbers and tell me I'm canceled. And they're like, well, it's the producer of ER that's doing Dracula, so you're canceled, if we have to tell you now. So he didn't save any money for a big blowout. He really wasn't expecting to have to do that. And he needed to find some way thematically to make a big statement and try to send the series out on a high note thematically. And I think being that the series is about regret, then it has to end on doing something that you're very proud of. And basically, we were out there in the alley, and we knew that we were all toast, but we were going to try. And so I think we all die. Yeah.
Yes.
I don't wanna kiss or hold your hand. If that's funny, try and understand. In this world there's nothing I would rather do. I've discovered I'm in love with you.
Over on the side, brother.
Now that this will lead to space, Star Trek, do they expect to see me in 20 years?
Whedon's doing Star Trek? Seriously? I hadn't heard that. Is this true? Oh, J.J. Abrams. Okay. Because that would have been great.
Yeah, it's called stutter. That's the bitter stick, I think.
Yeah. No, man, I had those in life. That's why I acted.
Yeah, it was actually the only time I didn't have it, because I never stick or anything. It's, yeah.
Because you can plan everything out,
Yeah.
so you just eradicate all that.
Or you do what you just do on a take.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
So.
No, I started in 4th grade with Eeyore. I thought I got the pathos of the character, yeah. But yeah, that was when I felt at home, was on stage. Yeah. Love, in the great, in the glasses.
I gotta say, you guys still look really hot. But Nickolas, do you ever feel bad that you get put in these roles that kind of hide that you really do have a great physique?
I do have a smoking body.
Yeah, I do. Yes, green. Man, it's green, right? Lime, green, you. Is that green? Is that a... It's tan and green.
In your past career, what was the one project that you passed on that in hindsight you wish you really had?
I haven't passed on anything. I've got the Michael Caine aspect, you know, it's like, it's you just...
You do whatever.
Absolutely. I mean, I'd like to keep my clothes on.
There was a job I quit that I wish I hadn't quit. I was working for Jerry Bruckheimer on a cop show. Anthony LaPaglia was Without a Trace, right? And they were paying me dirt, just nothing. And my manager's like, take the money, if you get anything more, take that. And I didn't really realize that they flew the whole company to New York, not the whole company, but a large section of us to New York just to fly me in on a helicopter, just for the one couple of shots to get me onto the show. And I should have thought, wait a minute, that's building the character really quite well. And they probably have plans for me for next season, just trying me out. But then I got a 3-picture deal for 20th Century Fox to do Dragon Ball, and that was good money, so I just left it at that. And I was this close to sitting in a cop car eating donuts talking about other people's problems. Because when you play a cop, it's like donuts in the car, get out, talk to the shopkeeper, come back in the car. It's easy money. And then I get out to the desert of Durango, Mexico, and I found out I don't have a stuntman. And I'm just like, I should have been a cop. So yeah, I'd probably still be munching donuts.
I did the last episode ever of Without a Trace.
Yeah? Did they mention me?
It was one of those things that was really sad because everyone knew that it wasn't going to come back, but they hadn't been officially told. And I've been fortunate enough to, with Buffy, we just kind of quit, so we knew. But it's kind of like everyone's like, all right, see you next year. You know what I mean? It's like, you're actually going to see each other.
You're going to find out if you really like each other now.
Hey, little guy, my phone.
Okay, this is a question for both of you. Do you wear the cheese, or does the cheese wear you?
What are you talking about, my man? I am lost.
It was a dream one, right? It's not supposed to make sense, James. It was a dream. No, it's like that one. So, have you quit beating your wife yet? You know what I mean? Either way, you incriminate yourself.
I think the cheese would wear me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cheese would wear me. And my love, yes. Yeah, thank you. Because I had a real problem. The thing was, I knew that, see, they built me up like really cool, thinking that they were going to kill me off after 5 to 10 episodes, right? And then having decided that they weren't going to kill me off, they started undercutting the character just so that I could fit into the show. And I got to the point where I was like, okay, you can write anything you want for me to do. You can make me say anything, you can make me do anything that you want, but how the audience reacts to me, that's my department. So I decided that I had a soul. I didn't tell Joss about it, but I was like, I'm playing this character like I got full of soul. I eat soul food, listen to soul music, I soul. And so when he said, you're gonna get a soul, I'm like, oh no, what did I do now? I have no idea how I'm going to change the character. With reference to going through all the, all the horror of like, in my mind, Spike was getting revisited by all of his victims, and they're all telling them exactly what he took from them, right? So I was, for months on end, beating myself up with everything that I felt guilty about as a human being, and I was slowly going crazy, frankly. It was not very good. I was like going around. Yeah, it was messed up.
It would have been funny though if
Hilarious.
no, if you had played it where when you got your soul, you acted like you didn't have a soul anymore, and you told Josh, well, I've been playing like I've had a soul, so now I got two souls. It's something inverse. Do that or kill me, buddy. I'm not really quite sure what to do.
You would have. Yeah.
Two souls equal.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're going to hate me, but we are out of time. Unless you want to ask him to do the Snoopy dance on stage.